Hey everyone, it's Krista here with Outgrowing, and guess what today is? Oh my goodness, I am going to start some garden seeds tonight. So today we had a pretty snowy day. I worked this morning and then I'm in this women's group. It's a 6-week long kind of course that I'm taking. And then I came home and it was snowing out and I was like, you know what? This snow is bumming me out. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to plant some seeds tonight because that is what's going to make me happy. So as you guys can see, I'm in my kitchen. I have a very small house and I've done a video where I show you guys my grow lights. Very small setup. I do start. It'll be 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'll probably start over 1,000 seeds, which is not a lot comparatively to other people, but that's plenty for me, for what I need them for, what I want to get up to. So today what I'm going to start is, let me go grab my little calendar and then I will tell you guys what we're going to start. Okay, so today we are going to start. Now I'm a week earlier than I had initially planned, but I don't care. A week out, who cares? Doesn't matter. So I'm going to start eucalyptus, foxglove, milkweed, echinacea, astilbe, celery, leeks, and lavender. I had to stop at Canadian Tire for something, so I picked up a few lavender seeds. Ooh, yeah. So these are both perennial. I've tried to grow, are these ones too? I know I grabbed these ones because they were, I thought I only grabbed one package, but apparently I grabbed 2. Oh, it says tender perennial zones 5 to 9. And then this one, anyways, what does this one say? It does say perennial on it, but I have one lavender plant at the farm that actually has become a perennial and it grows back every year. Every year I plant lavender. So, I'm going to keep trying, but I really want to get like a big lavender patch going on. So, if you guys watched my last video, I talk about like how I'm changing up the garden plants. I'm still going to do my flower subscription, but I'm really getting pumped up about doing more perennials and like perennial flowers and perennial grasses and lots of stuff like that, and fruit trees and all that good stuff. So if I can get this here, it's French lavender. It doesn't really say. Okay, it says to put mulch over it. But here at the farm, like where I grow these, we get so much snow that we get like the craziest snow cover. So anyways, I have one lavender plant that grows back every year. Pardon me. Maybe it's just becoming so strong because it's like 4th year of growing back. But I'd like to have a whole bunch of them. So that's what I'm going to start today, you guys. And how much of each? Well, I only want to use up 3 trays to get all these started. So I'm not going to be planting like a ton of everything. Some like the butterfly weed, I don't even know how many seeds I have. I'm just going to use up what I have remaining from last year. Echinacea, like the foxglove, like I just have seeds from previous years that I want to use up. So I'm just going to plant what I have and get going. So why do I have this bucket here? And my cat's coming. This is where I'm going to mix up my dirt into because I bought a few different kinds of dirt. So let's check those out. So at my hardware store, I picked up this. It's potting soil. And it's full of organic matter, but it's too heavy for what I want. I know that because I can feel it. So then I picked up some of this. Here, this premium seed starting mix. I've never used this stuff before, this brand, but it was on sale. So I got it. So let's try it out. I'm going to mix them together. Why am I going to mix them together? Because I want it to be light and airy, but good soil. So I'm going to mix all this together. And then I have this left over from God knows when. So we're using it up. Here's the scoop, you guys. I'm not crazy when it comes to dirt. I know that some people might be, but what I do know is that like I want there to be a little bit of organic matter in there. I don't want it to be too big. Like some people maybe even would sift this because you don't want it affecting the seed growth. So there's that. So, I mean, there's quite a few chunky, lunky things in here that maybe I don't necessarily want in there, but it's such a small amount of dirt that I don't really care. I use what I can get, and I try to get this stuff. Oh yeah, this stuff's beauty. This stuff's gorgeous. So you can see it's like that nice, light, fluffy, delicious dirt. But it's pretty light. So I'm going to add a little bit of this other dirt in there as well. Ooh, that feels good. My cat is just like dying to get in there, as you guys can see. And we'll see about this stuff. Who knows? I might... If it's not super great... No, it's like nice dirt, black dirt. Ooh, yeah, that's nice too. This is gonna be messy in here tonight. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Oh, my cat. Okay. That's maybe more than I wanted to put in there, but hey, YOLO. We'll use it up at some point. Okay. So I want to get in there and combine all of this together. So I'm just going to get in there with my hands and combine it all in. It's damp, but it's not very wet. So I'm actually even going to get this more moist before we even put it into our trays. Why do I do that? Because if you put it in the trays and it doesn't have a little bit of moisture in it, it's going to sink down pretty far and then you're going to not have as much dirt as you thought you did. So I just like to get it a little bit damp before I even start working with it. So we're just combining all this together. And I do this pretty much every year. I mix a few different soils together. So yeah, I think the one that I got from the Home Hardware, that's just like the Home Hardware brand, is actually pretty nice. Like it's a bit heavy, a bit too dense on its own. It's a potting soil. It would be really good for my plants, which I do have a few plants that I need to put in pots. So I'm going to use that too. Maybe I'll do those tonight as well with you guys. So yeah, anyways, this is kind of exciting for me to get going on here. I have some seeds that I want to get ordered. I just need to do it. I've had a lot of things going on right now, so I just can't get my crap together, but I have my list of everything that I need to order, so I'm going to do that this weekend. Get that done and over with. Then I'll be done for seeds. I'm actually not going to order a whole ton more flower seeds. I had this big plant and I thought to myself, Krista, you have this whole bucket. This whole bucket, which doesn't seem huge, but I mean for garden seed or for flower, this is just flower seeds in here. I have another bucket that's just vegetable seeds. Like I have a ton of flower seeds. Some of them are getting old. I need to use them up. So, all right, guys, I'm going to put a little bit of water in this, continue to mix it up. It's going to get a little muddy, but that's okay. I'm actually going to use this spoon. See how it works. It's going to be soaking wet. I just want it to be a little damper. Then it doesn't come out totally dry, but the very first bag I put in was absolutely dry. So it's just, I want a little something more. So that's what we're up to here, you guys. Yeah. Oh, this is like harder work than I thought. Okay. So when starting seeds, and this is like for anybody like backyard gardener, which I want you guys, I've made this mistake myself. Whereas I get all excited about buying seeds. I'm like, woohoo, it's seed buying time. And you don't look at like, for instance, this package where I don't even remember buying it. I knew I wanted this one. But anyways, You want to look and see where it says like, okay, it says tender perennial, zones 5 to 9. Well, I'm in zone 3, so that's not ideal, but that's okay. I might plant these anyways just to have as annuals. And I may try to cover them up. I might actually try to do the mulch thing and see if I can't get them to overwinter. But you want to look and see when you buy them, okay, like, do I have enough time to plant these? And these say they should be planted 8 to 10 weeks before our final frost. Well, we're about 14 weeks out. 15 actually, from when I want to be planting outside, starting now. But that's okay. For what I'm starting right now, these perennials, sometimes they can be a little slow to go and take a little while. So I'm just going to get them going on. But, you know, if you're buying them, you know, say you get closer to garden season, you're like, hey, I'm going to buy these snapdragons. Well, snapdragons need to be started early. You can't just direct sow those. So do a little bit of research and save yourself a little bit of time when it comes to that. Because honestly, you can waste a lot of money. And I mean, seeds don't necessarily go bad right away, and you can use them for the following year. That's all fine and dandy. But, oh yeah, this perennial grass. I also found this perennial grass at Canadian Tire. And pink pampas is what it's called. And it's starts 8 to 12 weeks out. So I'm perfect right now to start them. It says they're perennial as well. So I'm curious about that. That would be amazing if it just kind of took over this little area and kept growing back, which is kind of my goal, is to have a bit more of a not less work, because perennials are still lots of work, but that's what I want to get up to. There's so many beautiful perennials. So, okay, so I'm going to load up my tray here, or my trays. Let's do them all at the same time, and then we'll get rid of the dirt. So, let's do this. This will be better. So we're going to load them up. And yeah, my soil it's not soaking wet, but it's damp. So it's good and workable. So when you fill your tray, like, I mean, it's going to definitely, you don't want to go in and push these down solid, but you want to push them in a bit so that, you know, you're not, as soon as you water them one time, they're not just totally like going to like half a cell full of dirt. So you want to pack them in a teeny bit, but like, you don't want to get in there. Like, you want it to be loose enough that the roots can easily work their way down and get good root systems going on there, because that is the name of the game when you're starting these little buddies up, is that you want to get good root system going on. You want to have strong, healthy plants, because then they will transplant better and all that good stuff. So you want to create an environment for them to grow in that will be very conducive to good root growth, healthy plant growth, all that good stuff. So that's what we're up to, you guys. So yeah, I'm just going to go kind of push these in a teeny little bit. Not a whole big bunch. Just enough to know that we need a little bit more dirt in some of them. And some of them not so much. Awesome. Just going to do a quick little once over of everything here. And then this tray will be ready to roll. The reason that I start some of these plants is because if you were to just go to the store and buy all these plants yourself, like, it would break the bank. I'm not even kidding you guys. And why do I use these plastic trays? Well, I'm reusing them from last year. I haven't bought any new trays. So that's where I'm at with those. I definitely would like to try the soil blocking at some point in time, but last year I was like, I'm going to make a conscious effort to like clean out these trays, sanitize them, and reuse them, because every little thing when it comes to gardening, and let me tell you guys, like, life is expensive right now, and I'm not going to lie, like, everything, it seems like every which way we turn, it's like, and this is up, and this is up, and blah, blah, blah. So I really was like, you know what, I want to reuse as much as I can when it comes to my garden stuff and get in the mode of just cleaning and sanitizing all that stuff. And you know what? This has worked out so good so far. Like I have quite a few trays. I brought trays home from the farm. I had trays from here. So I'm just reusing, which I'm hopeful that I have enough to just reuse all of and not have to buy anything new. But yeah, I find this to just be a little bit cleaner. But yeah, of course, there's like with the soil blocking, there's less plastic used and all that good stuff. But it's a little bit more messy. But I mean, whatever. It's like it's a good system to use as well. And I definitely would love to try it out. I'm just not quite in that mode yet. And yeah, we'll see, because I want to delve a lot more into the perennials. You know, I have a wholesale account at a few different suppliers, and it might be even more worth it for me to actually just order those already, you know, already like with roots and crowns and things like that. Like it might just be more beneficial if I just order them already started. So we're going to start a lot of stuff this year. Last year I started a lot as well. And then next year we'll see. We'll see where we're at, because the garden is evolving and changing a little bit, and I can feel that vibe going on. I can definitely feel it changing. I feel I don't know really entirely what the future of the garden holds for after this year. I mean, I'm obviously still gonna have this garden, but it's like I don't know. Like I don't know what direction I want to go with it. Like I love doing the cut flowers. I absolutely know that, and I love doing the vegetables. But I almost have this like, okay, so this is like full disclosure. I'm on like a bit of a healing journey, and I have been for a couple years. And by that I mean like spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. Like I'm going through it right now, and so I've been doing lots of work on myself and lots of deep digging and some somatic therapy. And I'm in a women's group right now, as I was saying. Anyways, so I'm doing some deep digging, and what's calling to me is a healing garden. And I don't know what that means or what that looks like, because the garden is healing to me, and it has been. It's been like a huge source of healing for me, and it's been a sanctuary for me. And so this is what I'm feeling, to be totally honest. In my head I'm like, a healing garden, a healing space, a space that's just kind of what I'm feeling. And that's going to be all encompassing, like nutritious food and beautiful flowers and, you know, like a space to do healing in. Like I just have this is what I'm kind of feeling. Whether or not that's going to come to light next year or what, but that's like the direction I think I want to go with it. And I was quite inspired because the facilitator of my women's group, who is also my therapist, she was like, Krista, you could like seriously like sell your herbs that you grow. And I'm like, man, I do not want to have any more jobs. Like, I don't want to have any more jobs. I'm already really busy, and I just want to do things out of like my love for them. And so I was like, you know what? People could come out and pick at the farm. They could come pick their own herbs and like come to this healing garden. And then all of a sudden the brain starts spinning. So as you know, if you're a creative person in any regard, the hamster wheel doesn't ever stop for us as folk. So that was kind of like what I kind of had in my head. I was like, wow, maybe a healing garden is the direction of Horse Lake Ranch Garden. But what does that mean? I don't know. I have to spend some time brainstorming up what that means, what that looks like. But I know like even just the design that I showed you guys that I'm changing it to, that to me is a bit more healing design than what it's at right now. So I feel like I'm on my way there. All right. There's dirt all over my floor. So I'm going to put a little bit more water on each of these trays before we even set seeds in them and get them wet, so that we are not displacing the seeds when we, sorry, the water's probably loud on there. We're not displacing the seeds when, like, so we're not, so I'm not watering after, because some seeds just need to be sown right on top and not not, you know, a certain depth down. So I'm just putting a teeny little bit of water on there. Whoa. And just making sure that there's enough moisture to get them floating. Oh, I think, no. That's foxglove. I want to plant those. Yeah. Anyways, so I had way better success my very first year of planting eucalyptus. And so I was like, I'm going to buy a bunch, but it's like, why go buy a bunch until I actually know how to plant, like grow them? So I'm just going to use up the seed that I have. I'm not going to do anything crazy and extra there with that this year. So all good. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, what else is on my list that I want to plant? We got foxglove. Oh, we need to find our milkweed. I have Dusty Miller down. Maybe I'll plant Dusty Miller. I have it down. We'll see how much space we have. Oh, delphinium. Do I have that on my list? Those don't need to be started right away. As you can see, I'm not that organized. I think I'm organized, but I'm not that organized. Okay. Oh, astilbe. I want to start those bad boys. And here's the milkweed. I started a couple milkweeds last year, ended up with only one of them, but I am persistent. Oh, echinacea. I want to plant those. I want to get a big field of those going on. Okay. And then the rest are veggies that I want to get going today. That old celery takes a long time to grow. Celery, onion, peppers, but I'm not spraying peppers today. Leeks. Leeks take forever. And lavender. Okay. And we got our lavender. And this grass, I think, actually. Yeah, this grass too. Okay, so I have more things than I thought. That's the fun part. Okay, very, very first thing I'm going to plant is this eucalyptus. Okay, so what I do is I read the back of every package. I don't know off the top of my head how to grow everything. So I always look and read the directions and instructions. So I have my masking tape. That's how I'm going to label what we're going to grow here. I don't have my little... What do I have out here? This thing works okay. But it's not the greatest. Okay, I'll try this out. So basically, there's like a little tin. We'll dump our seeds in there. Okay. And there's like a little nubby thing that goes on the end. And then you can pick up the seeds. Oh, yeah, we got one. So I'm going to plant 2 seeds per cell. I'm already breaking all my rules. Okay. Cover lightly with vermiculite. I've got vermiculite, so we want... See, this is the thing about this. Finding the... I don't know if I love this. I think it's okay, and I want to love it, but, you know, it's just not really... Yeah, like, this is ridiculous. Okay, let's bump it up one more. This might be too big. Oh, that's better. So why am I planting 2 in each cell? They're slow to grow, and if I plant them in each corner, that's plenty of room to grow 2 of them. And so when you are planting them, like, get out of there. When you're planting them, like intensively planting stuff, you can, and if you're going to pot them up, which maybe I might have to, like I'm starting these quite early. So if you can plant a couple more in each cell, because we're going to likely have to pot them up once. So we're going to let them start in here. And so we can use up more space wisely. And then, and they grow long and skinny. So they don't necessarily take up a ton of space. Okay, so there's 2 in each. So that's 12, that's 24. I probably have enough. I'm going to do 1 in each of these because it'll make it even. Here's the other thing too, you guys, FYI. Some seeds are poisonous to humans and to animals. So, and I think eucalyptus might be one of them. So you have to be very careful when you're using them, when you're doing them. I do think animals have an amazing way of knowing like what is good for them and what is not. And you know, and I think it's important that we do our own due diligence with our pets. Like, I remember I posted a couple years ago about my eucalyptus and somebody commented, well, the dogs, those are poisonous to dogs. And I said, well, I'm aware, but I have to do my own due diligence with my pets. So you can do yours. Like, if you don't want to get a bouquet with eucalyptus in it, then don't buy one, you know, like it's just how she goes. So 3 times euc. So I just put my little label on here, and it's 3 times, which means 3 rows. And then I just put it on the side of the tray like so. And then they're like that. Just like that, you guys. And so when I'm done this tray, I will get out the vermiculite and then I'll toss that on top as well. So foxglove, this is one this one is definitely poisonous to animals, so you be very careful when you're working with them. But again, I mean, we're smart, and you know, my cat's, I mean, I can't say he isn't gonna try to eat something, but whatever. So we're gonna go with the foxglove next. These seeds, now I'm not sure how they're even gonna germinate, especially these ones that are coated, because I've had them for a while. So I don't know how they're gonna work out, but we're gonna plant them anyways and see. So we've got cafe cream, short-lived perennial. Yeah, this one says straight up on it, all parts of this plant are poisonous. So again, this one too did not cover. So we'll put a little bit of vermiculite on the top of this one as well. And we've got this little seed baggie. So again, I'm going to plant 2 per each. And I'm actually going to try to, ooh, there's a lot of these. I don't think I'll be planting all of these, but I'm definitely getting more than just... We'll just roll with it here. But yeah, I want to plant more than one seed per cell. I grew some of these last year. I'm hopeful that they grow in my garden here. They come back because they didn't flower or anything. So I'm not really sure if they'll come back or what. I guess a biannual would also be the same thing as a hollyhock. Okay, so I've got 2 rows of those, and that's plenty of those ones because I have this other variety. So I guess I'll save these seeds for another year. Shoot. What's that there? I'll get rid of that. Okay. So we'll save those seeds for another year. And we're going to go on to these pelleted ones. And we're going to use up the rest of those because, and I'll know within, I think it says germinates in 14 to 21 days. As soon as I know if they're not going to germinate, well then that's fine. I'll plant something else in there. These pelleted ones. I know I've read somewhere that like pelleted seeds don't last as long, but I've also had some pelleted seeds that were a couple years old as well. And they did grow for me. So I'm not going to say that they're not going to grow, but I won't be surprised if they don't. These ones are the lavender ones, so I'm really hopeful that they do grow because I didn't plant any of these ones last year. I planted some Dalmatian ones and something else. But anyway, you guys get the gist of what is going on here, I'm assuming. So we're just getting seeds started here, you guys. Domes work really good. I just checked. I only have a couple domes here, so I'm hopeful that I have more domes at the farm. I think I have 3 domes here, so I've got plenty of domes for what I'm going to plant tonight. But they're not totally necessary, but then you have to really watch the moisture level. Okay. Oh. So the domes definitely help. Like when plants are very small, sometimes you can get away with just watering them like once a week because they're just so tiny. They're not absorbing as much moisture yet. And I also would recommend with all of your seedlings is to bottom water when you are watering them. So that means like picking this up and then watering in the tray. Oh my goodness. What do I got going on here? This is interesting. I've got like 3 of these. What the hell? Do I have a bunch? No, that's only one. Strange. Okay. I'm not the most organized planter of all time. You'll see people that are way more organized and way more on the ball. I'm like, get the stuff in the dirt, get it growing, and get it in the ground. That's kind of how I roll. Okay, I'm going to save these just so I can keep track of what I've grown this year and keep it documented. So I'm not going to throw those away quite yet. So we're going to go 2 times foxglove cafe cream. Oh, on the eucalyptus I should have put silver dollar as well, so that you always know what varieties you got going on. I mean, you could, like, people keep, if you're growing and you like, lots of people keep this very documented more so than what I'm doing, but So that's pretty much it, you guys. That's how I start my stuff. It's not very technical. It's not very professional. I mean, it is what it is. I get them planted. That's my biggest concern, is to get stuff going. And then I put them under lights and get going at it. So I just wanted to get in here and get showing you guys what's up. So I'm going to get cracking and keep planting. And then I'll check in with you guys when I'm all finished up and we can see how things all went. All right, friends, we have everything planted, or I have everything planted that I want to get planted tonight. It's a big disaster, but whatever. That's how she goes. So yeah, I've planted everything that was on my list, plus a couple extra things. And I got 3 trays done up. So these are 72 cell trays. So what? 210, 12, 14, 16, 216, right? 3, 7, 20. Yeah. 216 plants already started. So, I mean, that's a pretty good start off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cover these up with domes, and I'm going to take them into my grow lights. I'll show you guys in there when I get them in, just because I have everything set up in the kitchen. But once I get everything under the grow lights, I'll show you guys what's up, and then that'll wrap it up for me. So if you guys like the video, make sure you give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm kind of in like a weird spot right now because we were kind of in a gap where it was like I didn't have much going on. It's been really cold, so we weren't doing much of the farm. And then just waiting for seeds to start. So there was about a 3-week gap there where I didn't post anything. Just had other things happening and whatever else. So I'm going to try to get a little bit more regular. But if I get a video every couple weeks right now, I'll be pumped about it. But then once we get into more garden stuff and all that jazz, and calving season is going to be coming soon too, then I'll probably be able to post more content. But yeah, I'm gonna go get these ready into the under the grow lights, and then we'll just I'll catch up with you when I'm done all that. Okay, you guys, so here we are in the grow room and everything's under the lights. The nice thing about these is that they're adjustable, so I always lower them right down. I've got some on both shelves, but I lower them right down. So, and then as they get taller, I lift up the light, and then also as it gets taller, I can change the direction of these, and I can actually fit 2 and 2. So there can actually be 4 trays on each of these once they get a little bit bigger. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm going to leave the light on the top one here 24/7 until things germinate, because I've got like the eucalyptus, like the perennials and stuff like that, they need the light for germination, all that stuff. So once I get them up and going, I'll leave the light on them though. I'll leave them on 24/7. The ones underneath here, I won't do that. I'll leave them on a like 16 and 8 cycle to start with. And then as it goes, we change it as they get bigger and all that good stuff. But for now, that's how she's going to be. So you guys, that's going to wrap it up for me in this video today. Hopefully it was inspiring to you guys. Makes me feel good to get some stuff growing. I'm super pumped. So I keep it pretty basic. I don't make it complex. This is a very user-friendly way to grow stuff, but I don't want it to be intimidating. Everybody should be able to grow something if they want to. Excuse my room, you guys. This is like my podcast recording room, my art room, my grow room, my kombucha making room. I got it all in here. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll check you guys next time.